Weber Power Monitor is a unique, independent, and comprehensive reform monitoring mechanism in the area of public administration reform, produced by a civil society in the Western Balkans. It uses a state-of-the-art quantified methodology which relies heavily on EU membership requirements. By developing and implementing the Power Monitor, Weber has pioneered an evidence-based approach to civil society efforts to monitor progress in the public administration reform in all Western Balkan administrations: Albania, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Kosovo, North Macedonia, Montenegro, and Serbia. Its final products are 6 national Power Monitor reports and a comparative Western Balkan Power Monitor. The national reports present findings and quantified results for each Western Balkan administration and recommendations for policymakers, while the regional comparative report benchmarks administrations and features good and bad regional practices in all public administration reform areas.
Our goal is to strengthen domestic bottom-up pressures by civil society and citizens for citizen-oriented administrations in the Western Balkans. The European Union's requirements in this area are now a key driving force for reforming the administrations in the region. Yet, once EU membership is achieved, EU's leverage over the member states' administrations drops. That's why we need capable and empowered citizens and civil society to keep demanding these reforms to go on and not to backslide. To achieve that goal, the Power Monitor relies to a great extent on the knowledge and experience accumulated within the region's civil societies.
The Power Monitor methodology developed by our research team uses 23 compound mixed method indicators to monitor a selection of principles of public administration, the EU's membership requirements in this field. These principles, developed by the European Commission and Sigma OECD, constitute a sort of a common denominator for Western Balkan administrations, because the EU uses them to assess progress in public administration reforms in all candidates and potential candidates for membership. The principles are grouped in 6 areas. The Power Monitor covers those Sigma principles that are assessed as the most relevant from the civil societies and citizens' perspectives. For example, those having to do with accountability, transparency, openness, and public participation.
The Power Monitor cycle is biennial. It all started with a baseline monitoring for 2017-2018, while the second one is produced for the period 2019-2020. All monitoring reports, as well as individual indicators results, are publicly available on the Weber portal www.power-monitor.org, where one can also access an interactive regional Power scoreboard, an online visualization tool which compares Power Monitor results across administrations and monitoring cycles.
The partners behind the Weber's Power Monitor are 6 think tank organizations from the Western Balkans, all members of the Think for Europe network, which has been ranked as one of the top think tank networks in the world, according to the Global Go-To Think Tank Index. And while each Weber partner closely monitors public administration reform for its own national administration, the wider civil society in the Western Balkans contributes with own local knowledge through the regional Weber platform for consultations and its national working groups, but also through the data and information gathered from them during the monitoring process. A strong reliance on civil society strengths and knowledge is what makes Power Monitor for the civil society and by the civil society.
With comparable findings for the 6 Western Balkan administrations, the Power Monitor creates and sustains peer pressure and learning in the region, both from good practices and from shared challenges. Following Weber's Advocacy initiative, the European Commission has established an informal practice of consulting civil society organizations ahead of the sessions of its policy dialogue with national administrations. It also invites the Weber partners, along with other civil society organizations, to contribute with its data and findings to their annual assessment reports. Combined, these practices have allowed for true evidence-based impact by civil society on administrative reforms in the region. At national level, the Weber partners actively advocate for the Power Monitor recommendations towards the relevant national authorities. We closely follow their implementation and present the progress in each subsequent monitoring cycle.